Hey man, I want to try another vid over here, man. I want to try ranking some games. I don't know if this is the best series to start off with. I just know that there are very few series that I have finished. Not like single game. I mean like full franchises that I have like actually finished. I finished Walking Dead, Telltale. I've done all of those. I played all the Uncharted games. We're working on the Devil May Cry games now. Another series that I've beat, Life is Strange. I love the Life is Strange games, bro. I love it as a whole. I love it as a whole. It's very calming. It's very deep, very emotional. So we have 8 Life is Strange games, 4 games plus some DLCs and or updates and or prequels and anything of that nature. I'm gonna be ranking these in these little tiers right here. I think this is cool. I don't want to change any of the. I don't want to change the masterpiece, or at least with this. I'm already knowing there's one on this list that I know a lot of people might not. A lot of people might agree, but a lot of people might not rock with. If y'all want to see my videos and reactions to all of these games, I'll put them in the description just so y'all don't have to go search. I'll put them in the description. Without further ado, my boys, let's get into it, bro. I'm eventually gonna do Uncharted. I'm gonna do the Walking Dead games. I low-key want to do all decision-based games eventually when I play like the majority of the big ones. Let's go. Life is Strange 1, right? Y'all can argue with me all day, man, but Life is Strange 1 is timeless, bro. That is a timeless video game, bro. I played this game 3 years ago, bro. Look at my hair. This is the game that starred Max and Chloe. This whole game was just an emotional ride, bro. Very slow paced, but it's life. Based off of what I remember from this game, I remember, of course, your main character is Max. She's in high school. She's going through, high school things, high school problems and all of that. She's an art student. Her teacher, I think her favorite teacher is the art teacher, bro, and she's like building up to this big like art showcase things, right? So then she figures out when somebody, which turns out to be her childhood best friend and Chloe, gets shot in the bathroom, right? She goes through this whole and then she like time goes backwards. And then she's able to change it. She goes back in the restroom. She warns Chloe, hey, motherfucker, we gotta go. Yes, Max said that. Max Caulfield. When you mess with time bites back and shit of that nature. So all of this stuff starts to happen, bro. Everything in the world starts to fuck up. And yeah, she goes through these big moments, bro. I remember one big moment. I forgot what. It had to be this episode. Going through a lot, getting bullied in school. I think a video of her doing like crazy stuff got leaked online by the school bully Victoria, and that's Victoria in the back, by the way, where that little shortcut.
Miss class now.
And
I can help you. I know I can.
We had to convince her right here to not jump off the fucking school building, bro. And bro, this whole thing was so deep, bro.
I needed more time to investigate on my own first.
And this is just one of the very big moments that happens in this game. I just remember this. I think I ended up not saving her. I'm pretty sure your past decisions also do that, like have a influence on whether she jumps or not. And of course, at the very end, like you realize you weren't supposed to save Chloe in the bathroom at the very beginning of the game. So. Like I said, when you mess with time bites back. A devastating storm is about to take over the town. I forgot what the town was called. Arcadia Bay, yeah. And you have the decision. You either let the town get fucked. You either let the town get fucked, or you have to go back. And
Max, you finally came back.
You have to go back all the way to the beginning of the game and let Chloe die. And you have to let Chloe die. Damn, I was crying. I'm telling you, this game is deep, bro. The music was great. They always that's the thing about Life is Strange, right? If the music ain't hitting emotionally in every perfect beat, Cause y'all know Life is Strange be having those little break moments where like the characters like thinking or something's going on in the game, like a big transition happens and then like the music starts playing. Everything just adds together and it just creates this beautiful thing. The story was great. The art teacher turned out to be this weirdo that would kidnap girls, kill them, take pictures of them and all of that, bro. And that was basically the whole gist of the game, trying to figure out like why are all these girls going missing and shit like that. This game was great. It had a bunch of different story arcs and storylines, but they all meshed together extremely well, bro. Life is Strange Before the Storm, right? The prequel to Life is Strange. This is Chloe. This is not Max. This is Chloe and is it Amber? Goes through the life of Chloe and Amber because, you know, before all of this, Max had moved away to another joint and she had moved back. And that's when she moved back was, you know, the events of Life is Strange 1. Life is Strange Before the Storm is basically that little gray area where Max was moved away. And of course, Chloe was her best friend, so Chloe was going through all this whole shit because Chloe doesn't have the best relationship with her stepdad, which is also the security guard at the school. Max moved away. Max has gone, it's been gone for a hot little minute, you know what I'm saying? So literally the day that Max moved away, Chloe's like biological father died in a car crash. So that was like all that baggage just kind of threw onto Life is Strange Before the Storm. You see, becoming the bad influence on, you know, that she was on Max. Her and Amber meet. And as you know, Amber is one of the girls that the art teacher in the regular Life is Strange kidnapped and killed and all of that. But this is where she meets her, and you know they're trying to go through all this stuff with Rachel. Rachel's her name. Rachel Amber. Rachel doesn't really have the best relationship with her family either. She wants to move away. She wants to go away from her family, and you know, of course, Chloe already feeling like she lost a part of her family. She's like, fuck it, sure, I'll go with you, man, why not? But of course, in the midst of all of that, she started to find out that her mom has been going through all this bullshit with drugs and all this stuff, you know what I mean? Before the Storm is a great game. It has all the music and all the great beats that the first one had. Before the Storm, cool little A tier. It's not the masterpiece that the first one was, but it definitely put 2 and 2 together on why Chloe act the way she acted. It put 2 and 2 together on why Rachel was so important to her, because Rachel was she was going crazy over Rachel in the first game, bro. Who the hell Rachel was, more insight on why she doesn't really like her stepdad, and you know, it was fire. Usually in Life is Strange games, everybody has their powers and stuff like that. I already told y'all Max's powers were she can rewind time, but of course every time she rewinded time, her nose started bleeding and, you know, she would pass out and everything like that. But of course in this game, Max isn't in there, so there was no power, there were no supernatural beings in this game. It was just straight life. Farewell, Life is Strange Farewell. And I was just about to say, I was bawling. I've never cried as much during a game. This is the most I've ever cried in a game. Like the farewell joint, it was when Max and Chloe were kids. I thought so. I thought there was a big jump between them. I was like, I feel like Chloe wasn't that much of a kid. Max, but I guess the kid. So Max and Chloe were, oh no, they were the same age. She was just on the bed. Okay, never mind then. I don't know. Max and Chloe, you know, this is when Chloe was a good girl. Both of them were good girls. Both of them were scholars and all of that jazz, bro. Max didn't have her powers. Everything was right in the world. Max didn't have to move away. They were all in Arcadia Bay. Chloe was, you know, Chloe's parents were alive. She was cooling. I didn't know what this was when I was playing it.
She knows she's about to leave. Does Chloe know?
I think that was just the big thing. I thought the big thing was gonna be like, okay, this is when Max moves away and Chloe's all sad and shit. So, cause throughout the whole game, they're just doing this. They're being kids, bro. They're like searching for treasure or some shit in the house, bro. Out of nowhere, bro, I was bawling. Cause I guess I just didn't expect it, but cause they're right here. They're talking about Max about to move away. I'll still be with you. I'll come back. But right when they're about to continue having fun, Chloe's mom walks through the fucking door. And she finds out that her dad passed. And then the music. And look, I'm literally about to bawl right here, bro.
Oh, okay. Yep, they got me on that one. They got me.
Like it is really the music be making Life is Strange games, bro. They choose the perfect songs. I just didn't expect to cry, bro. It was so emotional. The only reason I'll put this in B tier is because it's barely even an hour long, and everything before this was literally just you running around a house like finding treasure and shit. And literally they do the funeral, and then Max fucking drives off and goes to wherever the fuck she went, bro. Leaving them here to mourn. I don't know, to me it just showed how quick life can change for you, bro. And I guess that's why I was just bawling, bro. All right. That's kind of leaving the era of Max and Chloe, of course, before the final game. So now this is the era of Life is Strange 2, right? Captain Spirit. I wouldn't call it a prequel. I mean, I guess it is a prequel to Life is Strange 2. It's not really a prequel though, because it's not going over
those are regular niggas.
The regular characters from Max and Daniel, or is it Max? No, Daniel and Sean and Daniel. Pilot. Captain Spirit is in Life is Strange 2.
You got powers too.
But technically this happens during Life is Strange 2, I feel like. But sorry, I gotta get my famous Amos. This little kid think he a superhero, you know, like little kids do. It was kind of similar to my fault, going too fast. Kind of similar to Farewell. It was barely even an hour long. It's barely even half an hour. You know, you're just going around doing chores around the house for your dad. But the whole big thing about this is that Captain Spirit's mom passed away. I forgot how. And his dad is like,
I guarantee you after that,
his dad is an alcoholic now, and he's
I guarantee
they don't straight up say it in this game, but he's obviously abusive towards Chris. Their neighbors are the grandparents of the main characters from the Life is Strange game, or Life is Strange 2 game, Sean and Daniel. So of course you see like this released before Life is Strange 2. See, that's the and I will say at the end of this game, nothing crazy really happens, other than I think he sees Matt, Sean, and Daniel, and that's really it. Yeah, like he meets up with Sean and Daniel, and that's really it. There's a reason why there's no F on this, because I don't think any of these games are bad, but I'm gonna have to put this in D only because, right? So say like with Farewell came out after Life is Strange 1 and Before the Storm. So I have history with Max and Chloe, so the emotional baggage is there. Captain Spirit came out before Life is Strange 2. I don't know this nigga, bro. I don't know these two niggas at the end of the game. I don't know these two niggas, bro. Even though they're the main characters of Life is Strange 2, I don't know them yet, bro. Like I don't know them. So to me, it's like I had no emotional connection with these characters, bro. So it's like I didn't really care what happened here. Of course, I didn't want the kid to, like, I don't know, get hit on by the dad or anything, but like I didn't feel nothing with these characters yet. And of course, it's similar to Farewell, where you don't really do much. So when you add the fact that you don't really have any story there, with the fact that you're just going around being a kid, going around the house being a kid, there was nothing really there for me. So I'm gonna go with D personally. Pause. This is when shit hits the fan, right? I'm gonna give it a rank first. Life is Strange 2 is a C tier game, bro. Right? Hear me out, bro. Life is Strange 2 is a great game. Great story. But it's not a great Life is Strange game to me. even then, and I know I can say, I know y'all might be saying, okay, you say it's a great game, so why is it in C? Look, right? Life is Strange 2 follows this nigga right here and his little brother, Sean. That's Sean and Daniel. Daniel has a power to where he might be the strongest out of all these niggas, low-key. He has like this explosive power, like Gohan, bro. At first it started off where if he gets mad or sad or anything like that, like he explodes with anger, bro, and that's kind of how their story starts. Sean and Daniel get in a fight with one of the neighbors or some shit. The cops pull up. Well, Sean knocks out the kid, right? And the kid might be low-key might be dead because he hits his head on a rock. And then an officer comes by and is like, what the fuck are y'all doing? He aims the gun at them. The dad comes out. Y'all see here, man. The dad comes out, tries to lessen the situation, but of course they're fucking Mexican. So, and he wasn't listening to the cop. Y'all saw what just happened, man. The dad gets shot by the cop. Daniel rages out. Boom. Kills the cop, by the way. And now, of course, they're on the run. Fire. That's fire. That's way different from the first game. That's all fire, right? My whole thing is about Life is Strange is that you have all these different characters. You have a lot of different characters, right? But they all have their own personalities. They all have their own arcs that go towards you or towards the main character, like Max and Chloe. Like you had Victoria, you had Nathan, you had the art teacher, you had Chloe's parents, and all of them had different personalities, intriguing personality. Whether you like them or not, they all had intriguing different personalities, and they all came back to Max and Chloe. Since these niggas are on the run, you don't get to grow with any characters that you meet, bro. All the characters that you meet, you have to keep going. And you have to leave them behind. It doesn't feel like Life is Strange to me. Cool story, but it doesn't feel like Life is Strange to me personally, right? Like say in the first game, they had to leave behind their friends and family. The second episode, they had to leave behind their grandparents and Chris got hit by a car, by the way. I'm just gonna be real with you. That was fucking insane. But and in the third episode, they had met these people that worked on a weed farm for this like big, you know, underground shit that they shouldn't have been doing. But they had to get the money to, cross the border, which was their goal. And of course, at the end of this episode, they had to leave them behind too. So it's like we don't ever see these characters again. But it makes sense. I can't really complain about it because it makes sense because they're on the run. It wouldn't make sense if you constantly see the same characters because at that point, all of you are on the run. This was a crazy episode right here because at the end of episode 3, they got split away, or they got split apart. Daniel got put into like this weird like religious cult because they were separated for like months because Sean was in the hospital and Daniel got recruited to this little religious cult because everybody thought he was like a god or something because of his powers. Oh yeah, they met up with their mom. That was fire actually. This was my favorite episode. What I do like about this game though is that depending on your decisions throughout the whole game, because you're basically influencing your little brother. You're playing as Sean, but you're influencing your little brother throughout all these episodes. So depending on how you influenced him, it would decide like, you decided to force the roadblock and Daniel accepted. Like you can make a decision for yourself. You can, surrender or decide to, ram through the police and go to Mexico. But of course, depending on how your influence was with Daniel throughout the whole game, then he's going to either be with you in your decision or he's going to refuse your decision. And I'm pretty sure with some of those, I think with one of those, Sean will die. I'm pretty sure. Overall, this was it was a good game, and it's like those beats that I was talking about with the music when something emotional happens, or none of that was in this game, bro. I remember that being a big issue with me. I'm gonna be real, none of that was in this game. Story was cool. I think this one and Life is Strange 1 doesn't really have the best pacing. Like with this game, there were a lot of, you kind of just, I don't know. There weren't a lot of big moments in this game other than the end of the episode. I remember with this episode, like literally this video was 2 hours long. The entire time you're just in your mom's little town and you're just kind of walking around, meeting everybody, talking to everybody, playing with everybody the entire time until you finally leave off. Until you finally leave off, and then of course, but this is the finale. This is a bad example, but even like with this episode, like literally the whole time you're just in the woods, and then you go to work at the weed farm, and that's literally the whole episode. Of course, some drama happens with, like, you know, I think you like one of the girls or something like that, but then of course shit doesn't hit the fan until the end of the episode when I think the dude with the dreads had took Daniel out to go steal some money or some shit. I don't know. I think there wasn't a lot of big moments in the game, and it just didn't match up with the pacing. And I feel like Life is Strange 1 also had slow pacing, but there were a lot of big moments that happened in the game. I wouldn't say don't let me influence you to see. Like, if you haven't played any of these games, don't let me influence your decision, my nigga. Because out of all of these games, Life is Strange 2 is definitely the one that has mixed. Like, it's definitely mixed within the community. And I'm definitely on the side where I'm not really too fond of it. I'm not going to lie. Life is Strange True Colors is an excellent game, bro. I wasn't expecting much, right? Especially after Life is Strange 2, I wasn't expecting much. Maybe that's why. Because it just blew my expectations out of the water. But that is a good ass fucking concept, a good ass game. I would have never, like, I've never seen a concept like that, bro. So the game follows Alex. Is her name. Oh, nah. Sorry, my fault. The game follows Alex. She's a foster kid.
I don't know why yet.
Or she was a foster kid, of course. Never could really find a home nowhere for her whole life, really. And then out of nowhere, her long lost brother, I mean, they ain't seen each other in like a year, almost a decade on some shit. Her long lost brother hits her up out of nowhere and is like, hey, I found your number, I found your information. Hey, I don't know where you're staying, but I have a place called Haven Springs where you can stay. And she like, okay. So she pulls up, she meets back up with her brother, catches up with her brother, meets all these other people. There's this diner, right, which is kind of the main focus of this game. Not really, that was a lie. But it is the main place that you go to. This town was built on a mine that basically they do like explosions every few months or something. Like I think it's Typhon. The company Typhon does explosions over there to blow up stuff and find shit because they're a mining company. And of course, like every time they do that, niggas in the town gotta stay clear. Don't go anywhere near this area, bro. So, of course, one of the kids, I think it's her brother's kid, actually. Her brother's kid does some dumb shit. Right when they're about to blow up the fucking mines, he goes to the mines. Alex, her brother, and I think one of her friends has to go save the nigga. They save the nigga, but of course the brother dies in the process. So then the whole game, everybody's like, what the fuck? But then they start uncovering new secrets. They start uncovering new secrets about the mines and what happened. Her dad worked at the mines, and her dad died in that bitch, right? So that's kind of the whole thing. She meets up with Ryan. Yeah, literally this group right here. Fucking love triangle, bro. She likes Ryan, but she also likes Steph. And of course, you get the option to go whichever one you like. Steph is like a rock star. She works in the record store in town. I think Ryan is one of the miners, I want to say. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to be real. But regardless, she likes both of them. You get the option to choose which one you want to date. I went with Steph, of course. Let's be real. Most people probably went with Steph. But the thing that I said that I think is just different is her powers, bro. So, you know, Max got the rewind time. Daniel got the little explosive force field powers. This bitch can her low key hers is a kind of a power and a curse at the same time. Anytime somebody is experiencing any type of emotion, especially when it's like deep emotions, she can sense that, and like she sees different colors, and that's why it's true colors. She say like, I forgot the specific colors, but I'm pretty sure red would probably be like somebody's pissed the fuck off, so she can sense that. I'm pretty sure yellow was like excitement. I think I remember one being purple, and purple was like nervous, like nervousness, like. And of course in a Life is Strange game, like, fuck you nervous for, my nigga. When somebody has deep emotions, it don't even stop there, bro. When somebody has deep emotions, bro, it doesn't help but kind of come on her, right? So say when somebody is scared, like I remember she had to save the little kid I was talking about from the, you know, so he wouldn't get crushed by rocks. She had to like walk across this plank over a tall height. But of course the kid was scared shitless, so every time she got close, she would get scared too, because their emotions go into her. And of course when you deeply scared, nigga, you know, I can't help you now. But that's why I found her power so fire, because it wasn't like, it was a blessing and a curse. Like, I don't know, I guess Max's kind of was a blessing and a curse too, but hers was a curse just because she couldn't fucking handle it. Yeah, throughout all of that, they can, you know, they're trying to figure out like of course there's a big reveal at the end. If y'all want, I've been spoiling the game anyway, but I'm gonna have to put a big spoiler away if you only play the game. Big twist at the end with one of the characters, and then yeah, you know, with everything that's really going down in the mines, like what really happened when all those miners died trying to go in the mines and stuff. And I just feel like the whole story was fire. The pacing was excellent, bro. Nothing felt rushed, nothing felt too slow. The music as well, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be real, bro. I think this is better than the first game, but I think this is their best game. There's an artist, right? His name is Novo Amor, or what, I probably butchered that. Novo Amor. And he made, I don't know if he made some of the songs for this game, or if they kind of just hit him up, was like, hey, I think your songs, and I think your already existing songs will fit this game. Bro, they like this game put me on to that artist. His voice is beautiful, his songs are beautiful, bro. Genuinely, I will say the only slow part that felt hella unnecessary was this. Whatever the fuck was going on, you just going around playing like treasure hunt. I don't know what's up with them in this treasure hunt shit. Playing treasure hunt with this little kid. I think that's the same little kid. Yeah, that's the kid you had to save at the beginning. It just went on for way too long. It was actually insane how long it went on for. But you see how she's seeing how pissed off she is. But of course, like, you know, some people don't want to show their anger, don't want to show. But of course, Alex sitting there like, oh, like, oh, this nigga's mad right now. Or Life is Strange True Colors Wavelength. I'm gonna have to put that in D. Pretty sure this came out after the True Colors game, so you would think I would have a connection with this person, and I do have a connection with this person because I mean I chose Steph. The story follows Steph before Alex comes to town. So this is her just kind of working in her record shop. Throughout this whole thing, you're kind of just working. You're kind of just working at her radio station. There's like a few nods, because I didn't realize this until they brought it up literally in this game. But apparently Steph was friends with Chloe. And then I realized it, because I played this like 1 or 2 years after I played Before the Storm. But then I realized that she was in Before the Storm. I don't think she had a crazy part, but she was definitely in that game, bro, which is crazy. All of them just connect, bro. Like, but Steph was in Life is Strange Before the Storm, so she was like, she was cool with Chloe. I don't know. It was tough to that was like the only fire part though. Other than that, there was nothing really crazy. Like I guess we saw like the aftermath of everything, like how she really felt about everything that was going on from like an NPC standpoint, from a civilian standpoint of what, damn, she fucking trucking, ain't she? But from an NPC standpoint of the events of Life is Strange 1, yeah, like there was nothing really like literally through this whole game you're just doing chores around your store. I don't know, like there was nothing to feel about it. Same thing with Captain Spirit to me, there was just nothing to feel or anything like that. So then on to the last one, right? Life is Strange Double Exposure, the brand new Life is Strange game that I never thought that they would do. I never thought that they'd come back to Max, but of course it's a bunch of new characters. Max is grown up now. Life is Strange Double Exposure. This is a hard one. I'm trying to think, where should I really put this? I'll give it the top of B. I don't think I can put it. I don't think with good conscience, I don't think I can put that game in A. It's a great game. It had a few of those little breaks in music, not as much as like the first one and not as much as True Colors, but it did have some breaks in music. I remember there was a few. I streamed this as well, but I had made this little supercut for this channel. First game, she's in high school. And I think in this game, she's teaching college students, bro. She's literally an art teacher for college students now. Of course, nobody from the first game is there because I think she's not in Arcadia Bay. Of course, even if you chose to save Chloe, Chloe's not in this game. She has not used her powers since the final event of the first game, so she hasn't used her powers in years. Instead of rewinding time, now she can switch between universes, which is like, okay. Okay, Max, like, who do you think you are, bro? That's what it was. Her best friend died, just randomly. They were all on top of a building or some shit, and her friend died randomly. And of course, you know, they're trying to figure out who did it, what the fuck happened. And that's why she's able to switch between timelines. There's a timeline where her friend is still alive. You see the dead timeline. And there's a timeline where her friend is still living. Her friend did die in her timeline, but her friend also has powers, and she can shapeshift into anybody she sees. There was a lot of big moments in this game. There was a lot of big moments. It felt like Life is Strange, I will say that. Like, this part right here, like, what the fuck? I remember I decked his ass too, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we all knew this already, but all the Life is Strange games are connected. Like, they're all in the same world. And of course, at the end of the game, we start to realize that there are way more people with powers than we know. And I can tell this game is setting some shit up. I hope they are setting some crazy up. Cause you know, Sophie at the end, you know, Sophie's basically the bad guy here. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? And Sophie, you know, she asks you, like, are you coming with me? Or are you gonna stay here and be a bitch? And she asked Max, she told Max that. And then, and of course you have the option to either go with Sophie or stay, or, you know, I chose to stay because what the fuck her. And then she kind of makes a threat, low-key. She's like, okay, all right, bet, I'll be back, and I'm gonna find everybody else like me or like us, and I'm gonna be back. I don't know if she's gonna go get, I don't know if she's gonna go get Daniel. Going to get Daniel is great. Daniel's a crazy pull. I think one of the girls, she has power. She was in the game the whole time. She was in the whole game, you know, acting as, you know, and Sophie tries to recruit her. And she has nosebleeds and everything, just like Max did. We don't know what her powers are. We're probably gonna figure that out later. I don't know, nigga. Square Enix can really pull some shit out their ass and like get a bunch of the Life is Strange MCs, put them all in one game. I think overall the story was just not as crazy as the first one was. So that's why I kind of put it in double. It didn't really hit that hard. The ending wasn't really insanely satisfying. It kind of left a bitter taste in him. But like I said, it's a cliffhanger, so of course it's not gonna be like the perfect ending or some shit. But yeah, like it was a good game, good return to form. But overall, I think it was a good game. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't ass. Yeah, I told y'all I was gonna be yapping a little bit, bro. Now all of that was straight off of memory. I haven't done any research or anything that you know what I mean? All of that was just kind of off the dome. I do think True Colors is, out of all the main games, there's 4 main games. True Colors is the best one, but Life is Strange 2 is not a bad game by any means. I've seen a slew of people say Life is Strange 2 is the best one. I understand. There's a lot of emotional baggage in that game. That might be, like, I don't know. There's a lot of emotional shit that goes on in that game, bro. But to me, it didn't hit as a Life is Strange game. I might move it up a tier if this was just like straight games, but as a Life is Strange game, it didn't hit the same as as much as the first one and the third one did. I say play all 4 of them. I say play all of them. I think all of them are great games, great stories, and clearly they are all gonna cross paths at some point. I feel like I'm gonna do a tier list on the Walking Dead Telltale Seasons, and I'm gonna do a tier list on the Uncharted games. I don't know which one I'm gonna do first, but I'm gonna see y'all in the next vid, bro. I think my DMC 3 video already dropped, so I'm about to start recording DMC 4. Go and give this video a thumbs up, share with your friends, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video, bro.